Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. It is Thursday and time to start another reading vlog. I haven't done one in a couple weeks and I thought, why not do one this weekend? I don't have anything planned. I'm not going very many places, if anywhere, but I have a lot of things I want to read and I just thought it's time to do another vlog. So welcome. Come along with me this weekend and see what we get up to. As far as reading goes, I have a lot of plans. I have two, I'm in the middle of The Hero of Ages. I'm about 500 pages in. It's 700 something pages. I could finish this weekend, but I'm buddy reading with someone and I don't know where she's at. So I need to check in with her. I may be a little bit ahead, but we usually catch up and get on the same page over the weekend. So we'll see if I keep going with this or if I kind of put a pause. I'm not sure, but I would like to keep going because it's getting really good. That's the third in the Mistborn trilogy and it's taken me 3 years to finish. Well, I finished the first one 2 years ago and then last year I read The Well of Ascension. This year I'm reading Hero of Ages. Shouldn't have spread it out so far because I feel like I would have gotten more out of it if I had read them a little closer together. Then it is week 2 of the Quarantine-a-thon that April from Getting Hugga With It is hosting. This week the challenge is to focus on people who are vulnerable because of the coronavirus. So I'm planning to read today, mostly, 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott. This is about two young people, this is a YA, about two young people who have cystic fibrosis and already have to stay pretty distant from each other, but are even more vulnerable with coronavirus. So this cover is gorgeous. I do need to take a hair dryer and try to get those stickers off a little bit better because they destroy this gorgeous cover. So I'm excited to get to this one and probably finish that today, if not tomorrow morning. And then I thought it's time to do a middle grade weekend again. I did that once in April and I really enjoyed just kind of taking a break from other reads and focusing on middle grade because I have so many that I want to read. So I just grabbed 4 off of my shelf that kind of jump out to me. So the first is book 2 in The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. I am very determined to make progress in a lot of my open series. So this is one that I am eager to read. It's about these brother and sister who go into this book that the fairy tale characters kind of live in this land together and there's adventures that happen there. And the first one was super cute, quick read. I really enjoyed it and so I'm looking forward to reading that one. Another author that I've read one book from, Jonathan Auxier, we read Sweep together in middle grade March 2019 and absolutely loved it. That was more historical. This one I don't think is historical. I think it's a little more fantasy and I think it has a little bit of a scary edge, but like middle grade scary. So I don't think I'm going to be scared by it. I don't like scary books, but I've been wanting to read more Jonathan Auxier, so I'm very excited to give this one a try. And then the next two kind of go together because they both are historical set around Vietnam Wars. And I've heard such wonderful, wonderful things about both of them. So I have The Wednesday Wars by Gary D. Schmidt. I've started this one, I don't know if I started it in March or in April, but it wasn't quite what I was in the mood for at the time. But I haven't been reading much that's historical lately, so I'm excited to give this one a try. I don't really know what this one is about. I don't really remember. I'm going to have to start over. I only got like 20 pages in, so I'll just start this one over. But I have heard, especially on Instagram, people really, really love this one and his other one, Okay for Now. I don't know if he's written more than those two, but those two I've heard such high praise for. And then Katie and Amanda will be excited that I'm going to be picking up, hopefully, Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth by Sheila O'Connor. And this is an epistolary novel about this young girl who is she has a paper route and she begins communicating with this older gentleman. I don't know if he's like a recluse or like, what do you call it, a shut-in kind of, like he doesn't leave. I don't know if he's a little grumpy. I'm not sure about his personality, but I know they begin writing letters back and forth and I know her brother, she's worried about her brother being drafted to Vietnam War. So this is also set in the 1960s, late 1960s during Vietnam War times. So I feel like these two might be interesting to read kind of at the same time. That might be good, that might be bad, but I feel like that might be a fun book flight. So yeah, I've got a lot of fun reading plans for the weekend. I just did a little root touch up on my hair this morning, but I need to finish straightening it. It's a little puffy right now. And then I have some videos I want to film today and reading. Really, that's the only thing I want to do today. Oh, except I need to go to the chiropractor, and over near my chiropractor is one of the 2 libraries that are open in my area. Not open, but just opened up for curbside pickup. So I did put a couple books on hold, and I got an email this morning that they're available. So I will probably stop at the library and pick up those 2 books. I forget even what I put on hold, but I got the email that they're there. So I'll go get those today and go to the chiropractor a little later. I'm going to let that be a reward for getting some videos filmed. We'll see if that happens. All right, I'll check in later. Well, it's almost 4 o'clock on Thursday, and I haven't done very much today. I filmed 1 video out of the 5 that I want to film this weekend, and I read for 15 minutes out of 5 feet apart. This one is not capturing me right away, so I'm going to give it another 15 minutes right now. But if I don't get into it a little more, I may set this one down and just dive into my middle grade books. I need to check what time the library is open. I don't know if their hours are different for curbside pickup. I looked up the 2 books that I'm getting from the library, and one of them is the last BookTube prize book that I need to read before the end of this month. So I may go pick those up and try to read that instead. I do also have it on hold through my audiobook app, Libby, but not sure I'm going to get it on time. So that's why I was glad when my library curbside opened up and I could order it that way. Yeah, I watched 2 episodes of an old season of Project Runway. That's my current binge right now, is Project Runway. I don't even sew, but I love watching. I have a weakness, a soft spot for reality TV. So I love it all. And so I'm watching an old season. It's like season 15 or 14 or something like that. Ridiculous. But I'm going to take a break right now from TV and dive back into 5 feet apart and see if it can capture my attention anymore. I've decided tomorrow's going to be my baking day. I want to make pumpkin muffins, and I have bananas that need to be made, and I want to try a no-knead bread that I found a recipe for. It's like an herb bread. So I'm going to see if I can do some baking tomorrow, or maybe Saturday, because I think Saturday is supposed to rain. We'll see. One of the days this weekend is going to be a baking day, but today is a typical Thursday, I guess. I usually am not super productive on Thursdays. Fridays are my super productive days, so it makes sense to me that today has been a little more like, where did the day go kind of a thing. I am hoping to film 1 more video out of the 5 before the daylight goes away. I mean, I can't straighten my hair for nothing. Like, I usually only straighten it on Fridays because that's when I try to film, but I didn't film at all last week, so I have quite a few things on my radar. I've been looking at doing a summer TBR. I don't normally do seasonal TBRs, but I'm going to base it off of 2 different summer reading lists that I got this year, so I'm going to pick a couple books from those. That'll be fun to kind of look at together with you on a video. So anyways, I'm going to sit down and read for a little bit. I will check in later and let you know what I decide about 5 feet apart. I just got back from the chiropractor and the grocery store and the library. And I wanted to show you this cute mask. Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library made this for me. It's got books and a little bookworm. It's so cute. I love it. But I'm going to take it off because I'm home now. Ugh, it's so hot. The 2 books I got from the library, The Other Americans is my BookTube prize book, the last one that I need to read for this round, and American Royals, because why not? This is by Catherine McGee, and I believe it's like, what if George Washington became our king and we live in a monarchy as opposed to a democracy? So I think it's like a romance and kind of fun play on American history like that. So I'm excited about those 2 reads. I am going to bring my groceries in and carry on with my evening, but I just really wanted to show you my mask, and I wanted to film a clip somewhere not in my house. The chiropractor. Oh, I forgot. The chiropractor is amazing. I love going to my chiro. I woke up with a headache today, so it was really nice to get adjusted and a little bit of chiropractic massage in there. he said, so you've been on a keyboard a lot lately. I'm like, well, no, not really at all. He's like, well, something where your head is down all the time. I'm like, yeah, I read. I read all the time. He's like, yeah, you need to stop doing that. I'm like, that's not going to happen. He's like, you need to get a book stand then, or somehow prop the book up higher so that I'm sitting with better posture. I'm like, okay, I can work on that, but you're not going to stop me from reading, buddy. Do you know who you're talking to? All right, I'll check in one more time later tonight before I go to bed and let you know what happened with the reading today, because not much has happened with that so far. Good morning. It's Friday and it's 10:15 in the morning and it's gorgeous outside. It's 75 degrees already, so I decided to come sit outside and do my editing of my mid-month wrap-up. I did take a slow morning this morning. I got up rather early and did a few things like putzing around on my phone, but then I decided to finish 5 Feet Apart this morning since I didn't finish it yesterday. I only got about halfway through last night, so I just took like an hour and a half or so and finished this up. And now, so yeah, this is a story about 2 kids with CF, and one of them has this bacteria in him where it's incredibly dangerous to other CFers. I thought this was great at opening my eyes to what life with CF is like, since that's not something I'm familiar with. Hold on. I still get weirded out when there's people walking down the street. And that one was incredibly strange because he was carrying like a bush trimmer, but like almost like a chainsaw looking thing. But from far away, it looked like a gun. I'm like, oh my word, what is going on? But it was just a lawn tool or like a whatever tool. And it just freaked me out for a second. Anyways, yeah, so I liked this book, but I didn't love it. It did bring a tear to my eye. I did get a little bit invested, but I didn't love it. So I probably would give it 3 stars. It is based, I keep forgetting to say that it's with Mickey Daughtry and Tobias Iaconis. I can't say that, because they had written a screenplay first, and then she novelized the screenplay. So I kept saying her name, but it's really all of them. I'm not sure if I'll ever watch the movie. It's not something that I'm like itching to go see right away. But yeah, if you've seen the movie and you think it's worthwhile, please let me know. But now I'm going to edit for a little bit and just sit outside and enjoy the nice weather. I probably won't pick up another book until I get the editing done. That will be like my reward. I do have quite a long to-do list as well today of things that I'd like to get done this weekend. So not just today, but I'd like to make some progress on a few things. So hopefully that will all get done. Also, today is Lauren and the Books is hosting another cozy reading night, and she's like bumping it on either end an extra hour. So instead of, oof, that bug was just on my head. Instead of 3 hours, it'll be 5 hours. And, go away. So I will be joining in, but I'll do it in my timeline. So I think that's from 6 to 11 this evening, my time. So yeah, I'll probably get on Instagram and stuff as well. I'm probably going to post some books to sell on Instagram. You may have already seen them because they won't be up. It'll just be in my stories. So I'll sell some books tonight as well. Yeah, just see where the day brings us, but it's going to be gorgeous. So I definitely plan on getting outside to go for a walk or run and spending some time outside reading today as well. So should be a good one. All right, the time has come to do my workout for the day. I've done about 70 pages. 96. I'm on page 96 of Until Tomorrow. Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth. It is an epistolary middle grade novel. A little girl, 11-year-old girl, very precocious, freckle-faced, kind of a tomboy, gets a paper route, and there is this shut-in older gentleman on her route, and she just begins writing him letters. And her brother is 18 and potentially going to be drafted to go to the Vietnam War. This takes place in the 1960s. And so she just starts talking to this older gentleman about her life and about the bullies and about living in a new town. She's moved there to be with her grandmother. Her mom has passed away. Her dad is working on the roads in North Dakota or something like that. So her and her 2 brothers are living with grandma for the summer. And it's charming, it's heartfelt, it's tender, It's sad. It's funny. I'm loving it. Loving it. So good. But I want to participate in Cozy Reading Night tonight. And Lauren from Lauren and the Books, who hosts it, she's done because she's in England and that's 5 hours ahead. But tonight it's the bumper Cozy Reading Night, so it lasts from 6 till 11. And I haven't worked out yet, so I'm going to go do my workout video. That's 30 minutes. And then I downloaded Couch to 5K onto my phone, and I'm going to do that as well, day one of that. So that's like 25 minutes of running as well. So I'll probably get a late start with Cozy Reading Night, but that's okay. I might do 7 to 11. Sorry, my timer went off. It means it's time to get up and stop reading. All right, so I'm gonna probably do a 4-hour Cozy Reading Night, 7 to 11 instead of 6 to 11, because I won't be ready to start right at 6 because I'll have to have a shower and all that jazz after I work out. But it's time to go get healthy. Let's do it. So that was a much sweatier workout than I was anticipating. So I am not going to do the Couch to 5K, but I am just going to go for a kind of cool down walk a lot around my neighborhood, maybe like a mile and a half. I guess we'll see how far I go, but I'm going to listen to The Healer's Apprentice by Melanie Dickerson. It's from the Hagenheim series. She's a Christian young adult, kind of fairy tale-esque, fairy tale retelling. I'm not sure which one this one retells, but it's very fairy tale feel. I read most of the series a long time ago, but I have a couple later in the series that were sent to me and I want to get to them, but I want to reread starting at the beginning. So that's my audiobook, and I'm just going to go for like a 20-minute, 25-minute walk and then get hunkered down for Cozy Reading Night after I shower because I am so sweaty. All right, it is now exactly 7 o'clock and I need to go eat dinner. So I'm going to, first of all, go take out my contacts because they're already drying out. I literally only wear them now when I work out. Sad. But I'm gonna go read until tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth, while I eat. I feel like a big salad is on the menu today. I'm not sure yet what I want for dinner. Maybe some leftovers, something light, maybe a bowl of cereal, to be honest. I don't know, but I'm gonna eat dinner and read while I eat. And then I will come back to this couch and carry on. But let the Cozy Reading Night begin. I have on like one of my thinnest, most comfortable little shirts and my pajama shorts, and I'm all like freshly showered, but I didn't want to deal with my hair, so I put it up. And yeah, we're ready to go. Get cozy. I feel like I'm going to do a face mask later, and I am going to do a little book sale on Instagram at 8 o'clock, so I need to get some reading in before that starts. But it's going to be a good night. This is not the greatest angle, but I thought it'd be funny to show you how I ended up like sitting on the couch to read, like my foot up. It is just about 11 o'clock and I think I'm done for the night. I made it to page 240, so I have about 100 pages to go, and I think I'll just finish them in the morning. This book, Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth, it's so good. It's so good. I've laughed out loud. I haven't like straight up cried, but I definitely welled up with tears at one point. It's sweet. I love it. I love it so much. The girl, Renee Kelly, she's so spunky and so determined. She loves her brothers so hard. She doesn't really have any friends in this town where her grandmother lives, where she went for the summer. So she begins this correspondence with one of her paper route fellas, who's kind of an older gentleman who is a shut-in. He never leaves his house. And she just begins writing to him and kind of like forces a friendship on him, but he responds and he's so kind, and he's really helping her to think through some things, and it's just really lovely. It's all told in letters, and I love an epistolary novel. I really find them like engaging to read. I really like them. I know some people don't prefer that structure in a book, but I just feel like it works so well in here. We also get, she's a pen pal with a soldier who's in Vietnam, and so we're getting little glimpses of him writing to her every once in a while. She's really trying to help her older brother figure out a way to not have to go fight. So they're learning about being conscientious objectors, and she's trying to help him get into a college, and it's just really sweet. I love it so much. I love it so much. I'll definitely finish that one in the morning. My book sale that I did on Instagram was the best one I've had yet. I've done it maybe 3 or 4 times, and this was definitely, I'll pull you a little further away. This was definitely the best one that I've done. So that was fun. I will continue to put those packages together to get out in the mail. I have like 7 or 8 people who are buying some of my old books. So awesome. Yeah. So that's it for the day. I feel like I had a pretty productive day, and yet the clothes are still in the dryer that I was supposed to finish washing, and I didn't do a face mask. I didn't really have I definitely should have been able to finish that book today, but I didn't. And I'm not sure why. What else did I do? Oh, editing this morning took me forever. Anyways, doesn't matter. The weekend is not over. We still have 2 more days. So tomorrow's another day. I should show you my, I should screenshot my to-do list so you can see I'm making progress. And I will continue working on that tomorrow and Sunday. All right, that's it for me. I'm headed to bed. Good night. Going on a walk.
He comes down here all the time and fishes.
Beautiful view of the city.
Oren!
My friend Christine.
Oren!
Her son is down there fishing.
Don't yell at me. Oh, that guy thought I was waving at him.
Beautiful. Oh, that's where we need to be, is out on a boat. Really pretty. Gotta love all the art
I think he said it was real. I used to tell him it's not real, it's pretend.
all around Richmond. So many murals. So cool. Richmond. Here, we'll zoom in. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, friends. I decided to come outside and read for a little bit. It's still 80 degrees. It's a beautiful day. Puffy white clouds. I love it. And I realized I haven't really made any clips today other than from my walk this morning with my friend. I went on a social distancing walk, sort of. We did a nice like 3.5 mile little loop down by the river, beautiful skyline views, and then I came home and I started, before that, I finished Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth this morning. 5 stars, absolutely loved it. So fantastic. And then went on my walk, and then I came back and I started Land of Stories, the second book. So I think it's The Enchantress Returns. It's a middle grade. Well, obviously it's middle grade. I'm reading middle grade all weekend. But I'm not sure that's what I want to read next. So right now I'm going to take a little time and start The Night Gardener and see if this kind of captures my attention a little bit more than that one does. I mean, it was good, the second book of Land of Stories, and I like the idea of finishing another sequel. My goal is to get 20 sequels read this year, so always that's a good thing if I can read another one. But I'm gonna take a little bit of time to check out this one and see what I think about it. I love the shiny, shimmery cover. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit out here and read a little bit. I'm already getting sweaty and I'm just sitting down in the chair. It's so nice out. Yeah, take advantage of it while I can. All right, I will let you know which of the two I actually decide to read throughout tomorrow as well. And guess who hasn't even looked at her to-do list today? Yeah, I had a little nap. Oh, I started putting a puzzle together. I'll show you that later as well. And I finished watching season 15 of Project Runway on Hulu. I don't sew at all, but I'm a sucker for reality TV, and I've not seen all the seasons of Project Runway. I used to watch it way back in the day, but it's been a long time, so now I'm kind of getting caught up with some older seasons, and it's a lot of fun. So I finished season 15 while I worked on the puzzle for a couple hours, I guess. Oh, and I finished the audiobook I was listening to, The Healer's Apprentice by Melanie Dickerson. It's cute. It didn't blow me away. Yeah, like I said, it's a Christian YA fairy tale feel. I have to look up which one, if Healer's Apprentice is a retelling, because it didn't jump out at me. There's elements of some other things in there, and it had a little, like, a pretty supernatural aspect to it as well, because the villain tried to, like, demonize our main girl. He tried to, like, he tries to, like, poison her so that she sees demons. Kind of weird. So there's a little bit of the occult kind of stuff in there, which isn't very far off for some fairy tale feels as well. So anyways, I'm going to sit down and read for a little bit, and I'll check in maybe 1 or 2 more times today. I'll show you the puzzle for sure. I'll be back later. I feel like this treat could be an ASMR room with the wind and the birds, the lawn neighbor sounds. There was just a pair of robins playing around. I tried to catch them. They flew away. And then the AC comes on and ruins everything. Here's the puzzle. Made good progress on it today. This is what it looks like. I'm on a puzzle train for the currently reading podcast Bookish Friends. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. But my kitchen is the hottest room of my house, so it's time to get out of here. I decided to bring church outside today. So I've got my cocoa, a little snacky snack, pillow, laptop and headphones. Yes, neighbors, I will be singing during church on my porch. I decided to come back outside for a little bit this afternoon. I have a pen in my hair. And I'm taking a break from middle grade to dive back into Hero of Ages. I finished The Night Gardener. It was wonderfully creepy, and middle grade creepy though, so not totally scary, but just kind of fun. We follow a young girl and her brother. Their parents are kind of missing. We don't really know the deal there until later in the story. They are somewhat homeless and looking for a job, and she gets a job working at this creepy old house that's kind of attached to a tree, and the family that lives there is very pale and gaunt and black hair and strange, and she kind of falls in love with the little girl and boy that she's helping to care for, and has to figure out with her brother the mystery of this house. Every morning when they wake up, there are these muddy footsteps all over the house, and they have to find out what's the deal about this night gardener. Somewhat of a ghost story, somewhat just creepy. it was fun. I enjoyed it. So I did finish 2 middle grades, Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth, and The Night Gardener, and I finished my audiobook of that Hagenheim fairy tale book. What was it called? The Healer's Apprentice. And I finished 5 Feet Apart on Thursday. So since I started this vlog, I finished 4 books. So I'm taking a break now to dive back into The Hero of Ages, and then later tonight I'm going to pick up my last book that I have to read for the BookTube prize, which is called, what's it called? The Other Americans. So I'm going to read that a little bit later tonight too, because I have to have that done by the 30th, and sometimes those take me a little bit longer. So I'm going to pick that one up tonight and get started with it as well. But I just thought I'd come sit outside. It's like 74 degrees right now, just like nice, comfortable. I put on a dress today. Oh, sorry. I put on a dress today, which is kind of like just one of those comfy shift type dresses, just to, I don't know, not be in sweatpants one more day. And at some point later, I'll probably go for a walk, just because it's beautiful outside. And I'm almost done with that puzzle. Might finish that tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I was going to bake this weekend. I think I mentioned that at the beginning of this vlog, but it's just been so nice that I'm gonna wait because I think it's supposed to rain for like the next week. So I'd rather just be outside and enjoy the nice weather and then bake when it's chillier and rainier later this week. So I'm gonna hold off on the baking today, but I do need to film. I have 2 more videos that are on deck to film, so hoping to get those done today as well. The day is getting away from me. It's like 3:30, so I've got time, but I'm gonna sit outside and read for a little bit and just enjoy the bird song. Well, this is it, guys. I'm starting the Couch to 5K program right now. Week 1 exercise, like first week 1, day 1. I think there's 3 a week, and I think you can kind of pick your day, I hope. But yeah, week 1, day 1, right now. No more excuses. Let's get her done. These swirlies are going to drive me bonkers. They're really pretty, but on individual pieces, it's really difficult to tell what goes where. That's what it will look like when it's done. It's the last part of my puzzle to do. And I just watched an episode of Project Runway, but I need to take a break and go back to reading for a little bit. Yikes. I love this puzzle though. Well, it is now 10:30 and I didn't really read very much tonight at all. I edited this vlog instead so that I don't have to do it tomorrow morning. I can get it up a little earlier in the day since it's almost all edited now. But I just wanted to kind of do a final wrap up. I'm sitting on the opposite side of my couch just to give you a little different background for a moment. Yeah, I had a fantastic reading 4 days. So I started out on Thursday and Friday morning reading 5 Feet Apart. I did get the stickers off thanks to my hairdryer. Gave this one 3 stars. I think I already talked about it in my mid-month wrap up. I liked it but didn't love it. The next one that I finished, I absolutely loved, Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth, 5-star middle grade read. So wonderful. Definitely pick this one up. Keep an eye out for it. The cover like doesn't really shout to me like it's a book that needs to be read, but trust me, this is a wonderful story. Wonderful, wonderful story. So good. I've already talked about it enough though, so I don't need to tell you about it again. The third book that I completed was The Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier. This is kind of that creep-tastic. It had a nice kind of dark, creepy feel to it. Little bit of magic. It is set kind of in Victorian times, but it's not really historical. It's really just about this creepy old house with a tree attached to it and this night gardener that shows up at the house every night, and this young girl and her brother have to figure out why he's there and what's going on. They don't have to, but they kind of decide to take this upon themselves. So, and help out the family that lives in this house. And how are they going to get away? Can they get away? Do they need to get away? What can they do? So it was a fun story. And it's kind of about the power of stories as well. Like that was a theme that ran all the way through it. There's another kind of like older woman that they meet at the crossroads who's almost like homeless and raggedy, and she deals in stories and gets people to give her stuff because of stories, and gets lower prices at the market because she threatens to tell stories about that person's business or whatever. And the young girl in this is also a very good storyteller. So stories are a huge theme all the way through, which was lovely. I absolutely loved that. Finished that. And then the fourth book that I completed was The Healer's Apprentice from the Hagenheim series. I'm really excited to move on with that one. Unfortunately, the second book is not on Hoopla, so I did put that on hold at my library. So whenever that comes in, I'll carry on with that series. I read just about 30 pages of this second book in the Land of Stories. I probably will pick this up before the end of the month. I'll probably finish it. It's a chunker, but it goes really fast, like double space, middle grade, fun fairy tale retelling type of story. In this one, the enchantress from Sleeping Beauty is the villain, and that's who returns. So I'm about 30 pages into that one. I did not pick up the Wednesday Wars at all, but I probably will pick this up before the end of the month. Fingers crossed. I can't cross my fingers. Fingers crossed. And then today I did read about 30 pages or 35 pages of The Hero of Ages while I was sitting outside listening to the birds. It was a beautiful afternoon, so I read a little bit of this one, carrying on in that. And while I did my Couch to 5K run today, I started listening to the audiobook of number 4 in the Three Pines series by Louise Penny. This one is a little different because I don't think it's going to take place in Three Pines. Most of the books in the series do. In this one, Armand Gamache, who is the inspector in the first 3 books, he and his wife are on their anniversary getaway that they go on every year, and so far the murder hasn't happened, so they're just at this like secluded, almost like a B&B kind of a place, has like 7 or 8 rooms, kind of a smallish place, and there's a family having a family reunion there as well. So all the other rooms are taken up by this family, and so we're just getting to know all of the different characters. I don't know yet who's gonna die, but I do love the narrator for this, and I'm excited to keep moving on with some sequels. So altogether, I definitely got a lot of reading done this weekend. I didn't do all my to-do list items, but I'm okay with that. I got a lot of things done. It was a nice, relaxing weekend. So thanks for coming along with me. I'm going to wrap things up here. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Let's chat in the comments below about anything that you want to talk about that you saw here in this video, or what are you reading? What are you enjoying right now on Netflix or Hulu? I'm always like to hear what people are watching as well. And were you a Project Runway fan when it was on? I don't think it's even on anymore, is it? I don't know. I don't have cable. But anyways, let's chat in the comments below. Give this video a big thumbs up. As always, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will definitely be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye.